Hello! Welcome, my name's Andy from Bill's Lighthouse. We've got a new match today. Long live the King! But hopefully not, because we have the Kingslayer himself, Haxorus, to deal with that. Like I said last week, that we will be doing a sort of almost like a counter to the previous deck of the Team Plasma lot. So this is kind of what I then ran years ago to sort of, like I say, try and combat that very heavy EX level Team Plasma lot. So we have Haxorus here with his Strike of the Champion move, which was what would have killed anything Team Plasma, it's knocked out. Doesn't matter how much hitbox he's got, gone. But its main real attack that we will be using today is Dragon Axe. So for every metal energy, it does 40 damage. See, that's like, if you think of, like, say, Lele is 1 for 20 between the two actives. I think the same with Lugia EX. Not the one we used last time, but another one. Mewtwo used 30 for every energy attached to him. So this one's kind of bumping it up even more to the 40. So that's going to be pretty good. So like I said, we have Haxorus in. This then also we have Garchomp, another Pinnacle Dragon type. For one double Dragon energy, and I will come to this, we can do 100. But see, Gabite is really what we want to be using for its Dragon Call. Once per turn we can get a Dragon Pokemon out from our deck, and away we go. So, like I said, this was from years back, and I have given it some extra sort of flavour. Mr. Mime was in that deck, lovely little guy with his bench barrier ability. He's basically the same one as what we had, but obviously been revamped with its new type and new move, but we don't use those, we don't care. It's its ability to protect the bench, and hopefully we can do that, because quite a few do attack the bench, so let's worry about that. See, we have Lele as well. See, back in the day, I'll probably say that a fair bit, but back in the day we had Jirachi EX. I showed this off before. Stellar Guidance. From your hand to your bench, you can search for a supporter, and away you go. Lele just beefed that up massively. Oranguru for extra sort of few cards. Coming into the trainers, we've got like Fairy Garden, because, like I said about the double dragon, that then allows us to have free retreat. And like I say, speaking of double dragon, we can use that one to get Strike of the Champion going if we would be fighting Plasma Pokemon. But that then means that its Dragon Axe is at that point doing 80. It's got that 2 energies, which is a bonus. Hello, who's texting me? Which is a bonus of 2. Before I'd had to use blend energies. So there was 2 kinds of blend. I think there was 2, where it had obviously this one you're seeing now, and then there was another with grass, fire. But see, these only counted for 1 energy. So rather than sort of having to worry about getting the appropriate energy, if you did use a mix, you could use these. But obviously, as it's a special, you can only have 4, much like I have 4 of the double dragon. So it's a good sort of way to revitalise this deck in sort of a new kind of way, because it does bulk out a lot of damage. If you get a nice amount of energies onto Haxorus, he really does pack a punch. So hopefully we can jump into a match. So we've got our 2 big boy dragons there, ready to go. So yeah, let's jump into a match, see how we fare, and hopefully we can get some victories. As I'm showing you here, we do have choice bands. Back in the day, you might have used, say, Silver Bangle or something like that. I suppose you could use a muscle band as well if you wanted that sort of continuous damage anyway. I think I've said this before. So, I will say, I'm having to do that. I'm having to do this, rather, over in post, because my Audacity decided to record the wrong mic, and then when I went to put it in, it had then corrupted. So that was absolutely fantastic. So, what we have here is a Darkrai EX to start off with. He's already bulking himself up, which I'm pretty scared with. So, let's get basically one of everything that we would need down. See, Oranguru's prized, it seems, so we do want to protect our bench. Let's get this back Axew running. More so ready to go. Bit silly. This is the funny thing. Like, I've noticed whenever I do these and when I edit them, not even when I do, like, say, post commentary, but when I do just anything like watch back my matches, I then sit and think, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. That was just a waste of time. Really, adding that choice band to him was probably a bit of a waste. He was probably going to end me anyway, so I could use it for later. But, you know, easy come, easy go. So let's use an Ultra Ball. Get rid of Guzma. Who do we grab? Do we grab a Fraxure? No, good. Well done, me. See, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at these different plays. So we want the Gabite because, okay, yeah, we could have Ultra Balled for the Fraxure or for whatever else, but that Gabite then means that we can grab that Fraxure, that Haxorus next turn. So next turn we get that Haxorus up and running, and then he's doing what, 80 damage so far. So let's end. We'll have the end wars start. Let's see who comes out victorious. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting something horrible stuck in my throat. So that's all we can do. So we'll switch over. Let's see what we've got. So he's got Darkrai EX with a Fight and Fury belt. So is that 210, 220? I'm trying to think how they have base. I'm also having to watch this on a tiny little preview window. So they have. Okay, he's put down his parallel tower. The one that... Oh, no, here we go, another end. But yeah, I now only have the 3 benched Pokemon. So he has his Darkrai up, like I say, and an Evoltol with his Oblivion Wing. Okay, not terrible. Not too bad. Field Blower, see, there we go. That's them gone. Oh, the one. Because he is smart enough to realise that he can knock this one out. And it would just be not a waste of time, but definitely not great. So I believe Night Spear does damage to the bench. Hopefully I zoom in on it. I might be wrong. I know definitely one of his Pokemon do get to do some bench damage. So let's get these tools back on. Let's Dragon Call for that Haxorus. Let's go, boys. Let's get him up. So if I do say anything wrong about numbers or wrong about attacks, just be mindful that I can't actually see much. So let's see if I can get this to go a bit clearer for me. So I paid the price to try and get that. It's like I threw away my other energies to try and get a double dragon out, and lo and behold I do. So that's pretty neato. So what's that? 160, 190 with the choice band. There it is. So that would have killed if he didn't have that Fury belt on. So like I said, yeah, I can find out that these are pretty... what am I saying? I know what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to say is that while looking back at some of these matches, I can then realise, right, cool, yeah, I really blew that one. That was a bad decision. That was dumb. And you know what happens? You know, hindsight is 20/20, as they say. You know, I can look at different plays. I mean, I've looked at the plays of just the ones I've uploaded previously, and really not what I would think sort of I should have done. Like, I'm sure I'll get something in here that I'll think that's pretty dumb. I mean, as I just did with the choice bands. So at least we can get our Fairy Garden up to kind of just get rid of their one and give us a bit more bench space. And something else I will actually say, this... So, okay, oh no, here we go. There's that Evoltol EX, Darkrai EX. Big, nasty, dark type Pokemon. Also, I will say that's what I meant to, sorry, as I got distracted by the Evoltol. This isn't expanded, obviously. I'm sure you probably gathered that by now, but I actually really do find expanded a whole lot of fun. I like playing in standard because I have some fairly decent setup decks for standard, like say Gliscopod, and I think I do have a Darkrai deck as well. But expanded just really sort of opens those doors to just... You can play in any kind of fashion you want. You're just ready to... If you have an old deck that you might think work, give it a go. I mean, nothing you saw last week. That Team Plasma deck, as silly as that was, yeah, I did fairly well. It was very quick, but that was the whole kind of point. You want to get those bum rush, just violent victories. See, I won't spoil necessarily this match, but then I did have some other ones trying to find some decent footage, and like, I had a similar kind of experience. Like, matches were over very quickly. They would either end in a couple turns, because I'd knock something out like super quick in, say, turn 2, or they would defeat me, or then there'd be like a disconnect. Like I say, they'd defeat me in a quick turn is what I mean, not just because I've lost. And I don't want to do that either. I don't want to only upload victories, because it sort of gives me this sort of... it almost paints the wrong picture of me. I'm not someone that... I mean, I care about winning, absolutely. I'd love to win every time, but it's not going to happen. It's unrealistic. I don't want to... That's exactly what I don't want to do. I don't want to paint that unrealistic picture of myself. So he's got a Keldeo out now, so I'm not too sure what that one's going for. So he's brought out this other Evoltile. And he's switching out to try and get some Oblivion Wing, is it? To get something out from the discard pile. Very smart play on this guy's behalf. Very well done. Doesn't realise that I do have the Guzma. And speaking of wrong plays, I would say this one coming up. I remember this one and thinking later that was just stupid. I shouldn't have done that. So we're getting this Fraxure up, trying to get ready for it. That wasn't the dumb play, I mean. This probably... Because I'm looking at numbers right now. So 170, I could knock the Evoltile out. 180, I could knock the Darkrai out. So whatever it is going to kill. I decide to take out the Darkrai. See, this is what I think is the wrong decision. He says well played, but I do think it's the wrong decision. Namely because I could have taken out that Evoltile and been done with it fine and dandy. And you'll see why as well as we come forward. See, the Evoltile could have been knocked out, gone. Okay, yeah, he'd have had quite a big bulky Darkrai still ready to go. But that's then a weaker Darkrai to take out. So, like I say, you look back at matches and you can see things you do wrong. I suppose in a way it's game sense. You learn of these different things you should be doing. Different things you need to really be watching for. What you can do. Anticipating your opponent's move, which I just didn't do in this match. I'll be honest. I did not anticipate what's to come. I might be spoiling the match a little bit now. But so he's got his Evoltile ready. He's got his Keldeo. I'm not too sure what he wants to do with his Keldeo, considering its rushing ability, fantastic, but his main move uses water energy. So he might be able to get, say, 50 out of it for 3 energies. Not fantastic, really, because otherwise if he had all of his water energies on him, they'd be doing 110. Yeah, it's still kind of middle of the road. I'm trying to think of what GX has, because I wanted to think of sort of as a comparable dragon. Yeah, a comparable dragon to Haxorus for us. So I'm actually just having a look. So for 4 energies, he would do 130. We would currently be doing, for 4 energies, 160. So we actually are above the kind of average in a way. But then you would have his GX attack to do 240, which we would need 6 energies for. So, you know, it's quite a big jump, but yeah. So we do lose our big, bulky, like nasty Haxorus. So let's try and get another one going. Because this is exactly what I was talking about. We could have taken out this Evoltile. We could have avoided this. Or even if, say, that Haxorus did go, this next one is able to then sort of come in, sweep that kill. As you can see, I have all 3 choice bands in the discard pile. I have a lot of energies in the discard pile. I don't have a great deal left. So I'm going to sack off all these cards to try and hopefully get something. See, there we go. There is the DDE, as I will say. I mean, otherwise it would be a DCE for a double colourless, but we want double dragon, so we'll come back out, hit him with the Dragon Axe, 80 damage, not great. See, that would have then killed the Evoltile. This is what I mean. So it's kind of a weird, not great situation. Had I switched it around and done that, I reckon I could have won. I reckon that would have been enough to win. See, his Wise Cyclone move, I'm fairly sure, damages the bench. So, Mr. Mime's pulling in work at the very least. See, Wonder Tag coming in. What's he pulling out? A Juniper, okay. I guess he wants something pretty big himself. But that's the point, actually. I don't think he's using his Wise Cyclone attack. I think he's using his Evil Ball. Evil Tile using the Evil Ball. See, and then Evil Tile gets even more health. On top of extra damage, which he doesn't need. So, Evil Ball, he's down. At this point, I kind of know that I can't get another Fraxure Haxorus up in time. So I do kind of just sack this game. I don't have anything to do anything with. See, I can't. Oh no, I can evolve him. See, when you think it's all down, that's it. But I don't think that there's not much more I can do. Do I look in my discard? I don't know if I do. I guess I pull out the Shaman. It is the weakest DX he has, so that would be a quick, easy 2 prize. Measly 40 damage. But then as well, his Keldeo, while having the rushing ability, does have a Float Stone. So very much what I guess you would sort of see with Zoroarks and the like. Yep, he's using with Keldeo. I say well played, and it was well played to him. I really wasn't anticipating what he was going to do. Like, I do feel like not taking out the Evil Tile was the biggest mistake, and definitely caused me to lose. So I'd sort of like to say, just end out these turns, let him take his damage points, let him take his victory. Good stuff, fella. Well done. So I hope I'm not getting sick. So like I say, looking at this deck, does it kind of hold up now in expanded? I think definitely with double Dragon Energy, Haxorus sort of has that kind of potential. At the time, like I say, years ago, there was another card from, I think, Dragon Exalted, was the Altaria. Kind of like what we used with Lurantis to sort of bump it up by 20 damage. Altaria did, for Dragon-type Pokemon. So, again, you can kind of maybe filter that in. I'm sure there's sort of different ways I could have like looked at it. Look at these matches, but I don't think, overall, I don't think this is a particularly winning deck. It is definitely more so for nostalgia. I can't deny that. I did want to play it. These are the sort of, like I say, the Dragon ones are definitely the Pokemon that I used back in the day in my sort of real first competitive deck. And I do remember playing a few games and doing fairly well. So, it's nothing terrible like that. A bit of fun. Hopefully next week we have something new and interesting. But anyway, I don't really think there's much more else I can really say. You know, a bit bummed out we lost. My own mistakes, but we learn from them and we move forward. Anyway, I've been Andy from Bill's Lighthouse. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, take care. I'll see you all in the next video for something spooky. See you guys then.